sent his messengers, creatures of the great danger of worshiping other than Allah. There is none greater.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. In the name of Allah, the most gracious, most merciful. I greet you, my dear audience, in our Islamic way. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. May Allah's peace, mercy, and blessings be with you all. We are still studying some of the scientific notions in the glorious Qur'an concerning water. And we mentioned in a previous episode that water is mentioned in the glorious Qur'an 63 times. Every one of these notions is actually a scientific miracle by itself, and a precedence by a scientific fact not reached by the knowledge of man until very late in the 20th century. And we just finished describing the Quranic notion about all of the oceans and some of the seas are physically set on a blaze, and this fact was not discovered by man until the late 1960s. For the Quran to spell that out is really a living testimony that this book cannot be the work of man. It's the divine word and its divine purity, and can remain as a living testimony to the correct prophethood of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Another important notion in the glorious Quran about water is the fact that up until today, nobody can understand the power Allah has given to all aquatic animals and plants to build their own bodies and to give us this lovely white and tender and fresh meat out of a certain fraction of salts, either in fresh water or slightly more in marine waters. The Quran reads, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, Surah Al-Nahl, chapter number 16, verse number 14. The Quran reads, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, وَهُوَ الَّذِي سَخَّرَ الْبَحْرَ لِتَأْكُلُوا مِنْهُ لَحْمًا طَرِيًّا وتستخرجوا منه حلية تلبسونها وترى الفلك مواخر فيه ولتبتغوا من فضله ولعلكم تشكرون. And he, meaning Allah, all glory be to him, is the one who has subjected the sea to you, human beings, that you may eat from it fresh, tender meat, and that you may bring forth out of it ornaments to wear. And you see the ships plowing the waves through it, that you thus may seek of the bounties of Allah, and that you may be grateful to Him. In this verse, we have actually more than one scientific fact included in it. The first is that Allah has made the seas and oceans subjected to man. And without the physical and chemical characteristics Allah has given water, this subjection could never take place. Without the veering of winds, this subjection could never take place. The second fact is that it is really an amazing observation. We eat fish, we eat crabs, we eat lobsters, and we don't think how this beautiful white tender flesh, white tender meat, how was it formed really from a tiny fraction of salt in the marine water. A secret Allah has placed in the genetic code of these animals and plants to withstand life in water and to be able to extract from these very minute fractions of soluble salts in it this lovely, beautiful, white, tender flesh which we enjoy eating. وَتَسْتَخْرِجُ مِنْهُ حِلْيَةً تَلْبَسُونَهَا. like pearls, like corals, and one would be amazed. Who would have thought the oyster in which shell we can find beautiful pearls? Who would have taught the oyster that other than the Creator himself? All glory be to him. And to take the chemical composition of the pearls from seawater and to build it in wonderful plan that it can be considered to be part of the jewels, part of the precious stones. Not only this, even the nacreous layer lining the internal part of the oyster shell, the beautiful colors of the coral stones. Who would have taught these animals the knowledge to take from seawater whatever little amount of soluble material to build up these precious or semi-precious materials for the enjoyment of man, for the pleasure of man? وترى الفلك فيه مواخر, as we mentioned before, unless Allah has given water the quality of a high degree of self-extension, no ship could have boarded the sea at all. And this again, one of the bounties of Allah over us human beings. وترى الفلك مواخر فيه, and the capacity of these ships to plow against the waves is something which we have to be thankful for it. وَلِتَبْتَغُوا مِنْ فَضْلِهِ, to seek from the bounties of Allah over you. وَلَعَلَّكُمْ تَشْكُرُونَ, so that you may be thankful to your Creator. This fact has been elaborated in a large number of Quranic verses, which I have chosen some of it to you to see how Allah is showing His many, many bounties on us, and man in most cases is ungrateful. In Surah Al-Baqarah, verse number 164, we read, بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم, إن في خلق السماوات والأرض واختلاف الليل والنهار والفلك التي تجري في البحر بما ينفع الناس وما أنزل الله من السماء من ماء فأحيا به الأرض بعد موتها وبث فيها من كل دابة وتصريف الرياح والسحاب المسخر بين السماء والأرض لآيات لقوم يعقلون. Verily, in the creation of the heavens and the earth, and in the alternation of the night and the day, in the ships which sail through the sea, with that which benefits mankind, in the water which Allah sends down from the sky, meaning rain, and makes the earth alive after it was dead, in the creatures of all kinds that He, Allah, all glory be to Him, has scattered on the surface of the earth, in the veering of the winds and the clouds, which are held and subjected between the sky and the earth, are indeed signs for people who can reflect. And we can see in such a verse very many of the bounties of Allah on us in the creation of the heavens and the earth. And we think we have discussed that in the very first episodes of this program, that really every event in the process of creation of the heavens and the earth was very precisely calculated. So much so that astronomers say if any of these processes was delayed a fraction of a second, this cosmos could have never been able to exist. واختلاف الليل والنهار, and we also mentioned that the alternation of day and night is a necessity for making life on the surface of this planet possible, because most life forms on the surface of our planet cannot withstand daylight persistently or night persistently, and that's why in this alternation of night and day is one of the great bounties of Allah. وَالْفُلْكِ الَّتِي تَجْرِي فِي الْبَحْرِ بِمَا يَنْفَعُ النَّاسِ, the capacity that Allah has given the water to be able to carry ships on its surface, so that this can be a means of service to man. وَمَا أَنزَلَ اللَّهُ مِنَ السَّمَاءِ مِنْ مَاءٍ فَأَحْيَا بِهِ الْأَرْضَ بَعْدَ مَوْتِهَا, again an indirect indication to the water cycle around the earth, without which all the water on the surface of our planet could have gone rotten in no time. And with this water, Allah has created every living form, plants, animals, and human. وَبَثَّ فِيهَا مِن كُلِّ دَابَّةٍ. We now know that on the surface of our planet, scientists have discovered at least 11 million plant and animal species. Each of these species is characterized by billions of individuals. And the process of reproduction, so that the continuity of these species can be extended for a limited span of time, is again one of the wonders of the Creator, all glory be to Him. وَتَصْرِيفِ الرِّيَاحِ, the veering of the winds. The fact that Allah, all glory be to Him, has created different climatic zones on the surface of our planet. And the wind in the cool zones would be more dense than in the warm zones. And heavy wind usually invade light wind areas. And with this process, we get a wonderful plan for the circulation of wind on the surface of the earth. And we have, in previous episodes, understood the very important role wind carries in inoculating clouds with the condensation nuclei. والسحاب المسخر بين السماء والأرض, and the cloud, which is subjected for the benefit of man between earth and the firmament. And we have mentioned in previous episodes that actually the clouds play a very important role in descending water from the sky, in protecting life on earth from the excessive heat of the sun, in producing a shadow whenever they are dense enough. And that's why this is, again, an aspect of the many benefits Allah has bestowed upon us. And we will go to a short break, and until we meet, inshallah, I thank you for listening and greet you in our Islamic way. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
I'm your brother in Islam, Hussein Yi from Malaysia, and you are watching Peace TV, the solution for humanity.
Islam came to promote the equality of all humans. There is no difference between a black and a white,
Sheikh Qasim Al-Hakim,
an Arab or a non-Arab. And this was manifested by the Prophet ﷺ's teaching.
striving for the oppressed,
The first thing he did was to spread justice and fairness among all.
guiding the misled wrongdoers, caring, forgiving, and humanitarian, saving people from hellfire.
Allah tells us that He is the mercy to the world.
Watch our unique series on the exemplary character of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, who was indeed a mercy to the worlds. Tomorrow at 3 p.m. and repeat telecast at 1 a.m. India on Peace TV.
Most countries of the world ban bullying. They fight it in their schools and universities. A lot of us are being bullied differently every single day. Some come up to us and say, do this, while others say, don't you dare. Some say this is halal, while others say, nope, this is haram. Are you confused? Do you feel lost? Join me in Umdat al-Ahkam, where, with the grace of Allah, we will learn the proper knowledge from the Qur'an and from the Sunnah, which would help stop this kind of bullying.
Join Qasim Al-Hakim in Umdatul Ahkam every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 11:30 p.m. and repeat telecast at 6 a.m. India on Peace TV. Dialogue. discussion, debate, rebuttal, conclusion.
Eliminate misconceptions about religion. Get enlightened.
Witness Dr. Zakir Naik in a battle of words in Crossfire, next on Peace TV.
Coming back from this short episode, I greet you, my dear audience, in our Islamic way. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. May Allah's peace, mercy, and blessings be with you all. Before this short break, we were discussing verse number 164 in Surah Al-Baqarah, second chapter in the Noble Qur'an, and we came to the end of the very many bounties Allah has explained for us in this verse, so that we would heed Allah and obey His guidance and feel our responsibilities as vicegerents on earth and understand our responsibility about every action we take on the surface of that planet, every word that we utter, every penny we earn or we spend. And towards the end of this verse, we read, وَالسَّحَابِ الْمُسَخَّرِ بَيْنَ السَّمَاءِ وَالْأَرْضِ, and by the cloud that is subjected for the benefit of humanity between the earth and the firmament. And as indicated in a previous episode, we said that this intervening zone between the earth and the first firmament is an indirect indication to the central position of the earth within the whole universe. And I repeat again what I mentioned and what I consider very important for my audience to know, that the Quranic portray, the Quranic plan, the Quranic description of the construction of our cosmos is very unique and completely different from what astronomers have reached through their own activities. And this simply because the Quran tells us areas of creation, annihilation, and resurrection, with its three dimensions, the cosmos, life, and man, cannot be understood without divine guidance, whatever the size of the data you have and the amount of information you have. The Quran tells us plainly that the cosmos is nothing but the earth and the firmaments. The cosmos, in the Quranic expression, is the earth and the firmaments. And that's why the Quran never used the term universe or cosmos. It always uses heaven and earth or heavens and earth. This is simply because Allah initially created one earth and one firmament. Then He segregated, He separated this first earth into 7 earths by descending iron on it. In exactly the same way, we are receiving iron and meteoric bodies today, but in much greater amount. After the earth was separated into 7 earths, Allah, all glory be to Him, distinguished the single firmament into 7 firmaments. Again, the Quranic descriptions emphasize the central position of the earth with respect to the firmaments. So the earth is composed of 7 spheres enveloping each other, and the earth with its 7 spheres represent the central point of the cosmos, or of the 7 firmaments. And the 7 firmaments are in the same manner, 7 spheres enveloping each other. And Mecca al-Mukarramah is at the central point of the land masses. We also read in Surah Yunus, chapter number 10, verse number 22, هو الذي يسيركم في البر والبحر حتى إذا كنتم في الفلك وجرين بهم بريح طيبة وفرحوا بها جاءتها ريح عاصف وجاءهم الموج من كل مكان وظنوا أنهم أحيط بهم دعوا الله مخلصين له الدين لئن أنجيتنا من هذه لنكونن من الشاكرين. He, Allah, all glory be to Him, is the one who enables you to traverse through land and sea till when you are on board of the ships and they sail with you with a favorable wind, and then you will rejoice therein. Then comes a stormy wind and the waves come to you from all sides, and you think that you are being overwhelmed. You will pray unto Allah sincerely, offering your duty unto Him alone, saying, if you deliver us from this, we shall truly be most grateful, or be amidst the most grateful of your creation. This verse, it speaks about two types of wind. It speaks about favorable wind and stormy wind. In a third occasion in Surah Al-Isra, we read about rihun qasif, a destructive wind. And actually only very recently man came to realize that winds can be classified in orders. We have according to their magnitude, and this recently designed classification for the speed of wind does not go beyond what the glorious Qur'an has expressed more than 14 centuries ago. Surah Ibrahim is chapter number 14, the Qur'an, and verse number 32, we read, Allahu alladhi khalaqa as-samawati wal arda wa anzala min as-sama'i ma'an fa akhraja bihi min ath-thamarati rizqan lakum wa sakhkhara lakum al-fulka litajriya fil bahri bi amrihi wa sakhkhara lakum al-anhar. Allah, all glory be to Him, is the one who has created the heavens and the earth and sent down water, meaning rain, from the sky, and thereby brought forth all kinds of fruits as a provision for you. And He has made the ships subject to you, that they may sail through the sea by His command, the command of Allah, all glory be to Him. And He, all glory be to Him, has made the rivers subject to you. Again, emphasizing His bounty on us by giving water a very high degree of self-extension so that it can carry heavy loads and make traveling through the sea and through rivers an easy thing for man. In Surah Al-Isra we read, ربكم الذي يجري لكم الفلك في البحر لتبتغوا من فضله إنه كان بكم رحيما. Your Lord is He that makes the ship go smoothly for you through the sea, in order that you may seek of His bounties, for He is most merciful unto you. The same thing pointing to the high self-extension of water, which allows this gentle, tender fluid to carry heavy loads on its back. In Surah Al-Isra also we read, وَإِذَا مَسَّكُمُ الضُّرُّ فِي الْبَحْرِ ضَلَّ مَنْ تَدْعُونَ إِلَّا إِيَّاهُ فَلَمَّا نَجَّاكُمْ إِلَى الْبَرِّ أَعْرَضْتُمْ وَكَانَ الْإِنسَانُ كَفُورًا. Chapter number 16 and the verse number 67. When distress seizes you at sea, those that you call upon besides Allah leave you in the lurch, but when He brings you back safe to land, you turn away from Him. Most ungrateful man is. It's emphasizing the selfish nature of man in general, the lack of gratitude to the Creator, despite His very many bounties on us. And one of those bounties is the safety Allah provides for us, both in the sea and on land. And one really has to remember, every time you board the sea and you come back safely, you have to realize that this is not through your own cleverness, through your own knowledge, through your own power, through the intelligence of the engineer who designed the ship you boarded. It is the grace of Allah, it's the mercy of Allah. And that's how Muslims should take these things. In Surah Al-Hajj, chapter number 22, in the glorious Qur'an, verse number 65. ألم تر أن الله سخر لكم ما في الأرض والفلك تجري في البحر بأمره ويمسك السماء أن تقع على الأرض إلا بإذنه إن الله بالناس لرؤوف رحيم. Allah, all glory be to Him, showing His mercy upon us. Haven't you seen that Allah has subjected to you, O mankind, all that is on earth, and the ships that sail through the sea by His command? He withholds the sky from falling on top of the earth, except by His leave. Verily Allah is most kind and most merciful to man. But usually man is unaware of these great bounties of Allah on us. And I think we have come to the end of this episode. And until we meet in another episode, I thank you for listening and greet you once more in our Islamic way. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. May Allah's peace, mercy, and the blessings be with you all.